Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and welcome to another video. So today I find myself out here in nature once again. I just found this beautiful spot here and decided that it was a good location to begin recording this video. So I'm out here today because I brought with me my Canon R6 and Tamron 100 to 400 millimeter lens. This is the EF mount version, and I wanted to come out here because I was here a couple months ago and I spotted an owl. So hopefully we're running with a little bit of luck today and we're able to find it again. Unfortunately, last time I was here I did not have my Canon R6 yet, and the camera that I had at the time didn't really have good focus. But hopefully today we are running with better luck and we're able to photograph that beautiful bird with this amazing camera. But while I'm here today, I also wanted to do a little review of this camera and lens combination. Hopefully this helps anyone who's out there looking for a budget-friendly option to a telephoto lens to pair with their Canon R6. To begin with this review, let's talk about the specs of this lens. If you're in the market for this lens and you're doing research for it, one of the main things that you'll probably find out about it on the internet is that this is a variable aperture lens, which means that this lens goes from an aperture of 4.6 to, I believe, 6.3. And variable aperture means that as you zoom the lens in, the lens is allowing a little less light to get into the sensor, which means that your image might darken as you zoom in into your subject. But other than that, this is an amazing budget-friendly option for anyone who is looking to get into sports photography, maybe do some birding or any type of wildlife photography that you might want to do. The lens itself seems to be well constructed. I don't know what kind of material this is made of. It seems some type of high quality plastic, but honestly this lens is not really heavy, so you can easily carry this lens around. You can buy I believe there's an option to buy the tripod mount for it. Personally, I really haven't had the need for it because honestly this lens is not really that heavy, and I've done quite a bit of sports photography with this lens over the last couple of months. But if you do want to buy the tripod mount, you could easily find it online, whether it's from Tamron or you could buy it from a third-party seller. So it is up to you whether you want to buy that. I believe that runs from between $70 to $100, so that's another option that you have if you would like to get the tripod mount for it. Now, in regards to image quality, this lens has not really disappointed. It is pretty sharp in my opinion. Now, the sharpest, like any other lens, will be at high apertures such as f8 to f11. That's what I noticed, that the sharpest images are produced from this lens. But if you're not really looking into blurry backgrounds or anything like that, that should be more than enough for you, especially if you're doing any type of wildlife photography where you're trying to get your subject in focus. And really at that point, any aperture from f8 to f11 will work well. So now let's talk a little about how this lens performs in low light situations. And to be honest with you, so far I have not run into any issues with this lens while using it in low light environments. Especially with the Canon R6, this camera is an absolute beast when it comes to low light. I have recently gotten a couple of gigs to photograph some soccer on their soccer lights, and I believe that this lens performed amazingly well. So it is for that reason that I decided to bring this camera and lens combination out here to look for that mysterious creature that I was able to only briefly photograph last time. That amazing, beautiful owl. So like I said, hopefully today we have some good luck and we're able to spot it again. If not, you will at least get some photographs from this camera and lens combination so that you can see how it performs. So while we look for some birds, let's talk briefly about the autofocus with the Canon R6. Honestly guys, there's not much to say about it. So far, in my personal opinion, over my 2 months using this pretty much on a weekly basis, I have noticed that the autofocus on this thing works flawlessly. I have not had any issues. Now, I do run into some issues sometimes when there might be a branch or a couple of branches in front of my subject, especially when I'm photographing birds. But I think that's not a lens issue. I think that's a Canon R6 issue, that it cannot detect the bird in between the branches. So I don't think we can really blame the lens for that. But other than that, I really haven't had a lot of issues with it. It does tend to focus breathe a little, honestly, like I said, because of the price for this lens. That's not really an issue, or it's not really a concern that I would take into account if you're deciding to buy a budget lens to use it as a hobby, or to use it to photograph your kids during sports. But if you're looking into something more serious, then you can pay the extra 1,300 and buy the professional Canon level lens. And like I said, so far I have zero complaints about this lens. It's lightweight, it seems to be made out of very durable, high quality material, although it does seem like a plastic. But over my time of ownership, I really haven't had a lot of complaints about the build of this lens. So I think I see a bird, so I'm gonna put you guys here on this side real quick and let's photograph it. The camera, the Canon R6 focus goes straight to the eye. It's just amazing. I've honestly never seen anything like this before, and I've had a couple of DSLRs before, and the autofocus in this thing is just perfect. By the way, that picture was taken at a shutter speed of 400 and an ISO of 4000, so that you can see how much you can crank the ISO on the Canon R6. And I'm gonna put a edited version right here, and here is the unedited version, so you can see the difference. Seems like the birds are finally starting to come out. I don't know if I just stay here in this location because there's quite a bit of noise, because there's a road that passes right through here, or if I should go somewhere else. I think I'm gonna opt for going somewhere else. So let's just change the location real quick. By the way, for those of you who did not know, I am pairing this lens with the EF to RF adapter on the Canon R6. Unfortunately, at this moment there's not a Tamron version for the RF mount, so you will have to pair it with one of the EF to RF adapters, because this is a mirrorless camera. That is another investment of about $100 if you go with the most basic version, which is the one that I have right now. But you will have to buy that Canon adapter in order for this lens to work with Canon R6. But if you already own some EF lenses, then I think it's a well worth investment. Now I have spotted another bird over there, so I'm gonna take another quick picture. So about other few things that I just thought about this lens and that I want to include in this review is that this lens also has internal stabilization. It has two different modes. The first one is VC1 and the second one is VC2. I don't really recall right now which one it is, but I know one of them is for panning and the other one is just for hand holding the lens. I really hope we have good luck today finding this owl. Like I said, I saw it here a couple months ago. Now I realize that doesn't necessarily mean that I will be here again, but this place seems to be a good place to see some owls. I still, fingers crossed, I still hope that we're able to see one today, so that I can photograph it with my new camera and this amazing lens. When I saw it last time, it was right on that thing right there. And there's no way to get close to it, because if I did want to get close, I had to go around and come this way. And at that time, I found myself on one of the bridges that's over there. So I want to put a picture here so you guys can see one of the pictures that I was able to take. I think right now is like the perfect time to spot an owl. So if we're gonna see one, we're gonna see him here within the next 10-20 minutes. But it seems like they don't want to come out today. Maybe I'm making too much noise. So one of the features that I haven't really talked about is the stabilization for video. So I'm gonna take a quick video here with the Canon R6. This is gonna be with the stabilization on the lens being turned off, and we will see how it works. Right now I'm gonna turn the stabilization on, and this is VC1. And now I'm gonna turn it to VC2. So there you have it. Now you have an idea of how well the stabilization on this lens works with the Canon R6. In the meantime, there's another bird over here that I'm gonna take a picture of. I see a white duck over there. Let's go take a couple pictures of it. So I took a couple pictures of that duck, and once this camera snapped focus on it, it wouldn't let go. Pretty much every shot I took of it was in focus. So guys, if you are really looking for a telephoto lens that won't break the bank, then this is an amazing option. And if you already own any other Canon DSLRs, then honestly, getting this lens, if you're on a budget, is a no-brainer. And while we're at it here, I'm gonna do a little bit of landscape photography as well. Well guys, it is getting pretty dark out here. I have had to bump the ISO on my tiny DJI Osmo Action to 1600 now, which I think it's probably a crime, but I just want to end this video here. So I hope that you enjoy this little unplanned review of the Tamron 100-400 paired with the Canon R6. Honestly guys, my conclusion is that it is an amazing budget-friendly lens and camera combination. Well, I don't know about the camera, but the lens itself, compared to the other competitors out there, such as the Canon, or maybe it's even a little cheaper than the Sigma. Now, a few things that I'm just remembering that I might have left out is that the lens itself is also water resistant. So if you happen to get caught up on a little drizzle one day, maybe you're out shooting birds at the field, maybe you wouldn't have a lot to worry about, because like I said, it is supposed to be water resistant. And when you pair it with the Canon R6, which is also water resistant, then it also makes a great combination. But other than that, I can't really think of anything else right now. This video here, maybe this last clip, is gonna be very grainy and ugly, but anyways, I just wanted to end this video. If you have any questions, suggestions, maybe something that I left out, make sure to leave that in the comment section below. If you enjoy this type of videos, make sure to subscribe to this channel. My plan is to keep putting videos like this out there, especially now that I have my full frame Canon R6. Also, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to share it with anybody that you think would enjoy it as well. And if you want to support this channel, feel free to give this video a like. I would greatly appreciate it, and that would also let me know that I did a decent job in making this video. Again, I'm just here because I like to take pictures, I like photography, I like enjoying my time in nature, and I just want to be able to help some of you guys out there who might be in the search for telephoto lens to be able to take out in nature as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.